everybody. My name is Glint. I'm going to be joined today by my commentators. We'll start off with Lem,
О, отлично,
Hello.
начинаем.
Bites,
Hello.
and Jan.
Hello.
В общем-то,
And
у
since
Глинта
this game
3
is
человека
going
будет
on, we're just
на
gonna
комментировании,
on
что
go.
самое интересное.
3, 2, 1, go.
One, go. Так, ран начался. 1,
Starting
2,
off with this game,
3, 4,
are two
5,
cutscenes. We're gonna skip them
6, 7,
completely. So
8,
give
9,
some lore here.
10.
The whole premise of this
И
right
далеко
now,
от вас недалеко. В
tutorial.
общем-то, ран начинается с того, что мы сразу скипаем 2 катсцены
Tutorial is to collect these
и
sparks,
идем в обучение. В обучении нам надо
power up the spark tank,
выполнить несколько прыжков, как нам говорит игра, собственно, вот буквально, и ударить медузки.
move mechanics,
3 секунды позади.
which is our
Ну,
double
3 секунды
jump
что-то много.
dashes, our attacks, all that combat
В
stuff.
общем-то, основные механики передвижения — это даблджампы, дэши и вот этот вот небольшой полет. Вы их будете видеть относительно часто в категории No Major Skips, то есть без основных скипов, потому что сама игра проходит за 10 минут в any проценте. В общем-то, и сразу видим основную механику передвижения, Wind Trace. Как раз-таки вот это вот передвижение по волнам. Мы гладим прямо на волне. И это основной момент в игре, потому что в отсутствии основных скипов мы не сможем заскипать большую часть игры, как должно было быть по идее. Но ничего страшного. Мы будем смотреть на этот момент приблизительно час 10, потому что у игры как таковых скипов очень много, потому что это Unity движок, а все, кто знает, что такое Unity, могут представить количество типичных для Unity способов манипуляции с поведением движка, и все они практически здесь работают, но тут у нас, к сожалению, не будет возможности на них посмотреть. Будут некоторые оптимизации, скипы и особо далекие прыжки, на которые разработчики не планировали, но в целом стабильный момент. Ну, кстати, вы сейчас видите Death Warp. Мы специально вылетели за арену, чтобы нас игра автоматически перенесла чуть ближе к началу арены.
Missed at the beginning of this is obviously Grandma's got her lovely lighthouse and it keeps the fog at bay. But as soon as we go through that kind of initial tutorial and grab the sparks, wha-bam! This massive wall of this black
Ой, Unity движок очень дырявый. Ну, на самом деле он не очень дырявый, он очень гибкий. И из-за своей гибкости как раз-таки, если разработчики не часто разрабатывают игры на Unity, либо недостаточно уделяют внимания оптимизации, у Unity замечательные коллизии у объектов, которые позволяют клипаться. Ну и плюс момент, который закладывается на Unity, чаще всего предполагает сохранение импульса движения, из-за чего персонаж там условно может делать супер длинные прыжки, если правильно забуферить команды, вот в данной игре, например. В any% гораздо лучше это видно. Там за 10 минут всю игру пробегают, если я правильно помню время. И все эти скипы там очень наглядно показываются, потому что мы разгоняемся, там в некоторые моменты перелетаем за невидимые стены, потому что их ставить надо условно вручную. И все вот эти вот объекты, которые должны иметь какую-то четкую коллизию, довольно-таки легко избегаются. В общем-то, гибкость движка зачастую приводит к тому, что на движке появляются такие стандартные условные баги и манипуляции. Это то же самое, что у source движков нельзя убрать распрыжку полноценно, потому что это сам движок так построен, что при движении персонажа вот при таких условиях возникает ускорение. У Unity тоже есть подобные вещи. Но возвращаясь конкретно к тому, что мы будем видеть в ране, в ближайший час нас в действительности ожидает стандартный момент. Мы будем проходить игру так, как запланировали разработчики. В целом, игра пришла со стадии на ПК, и из-за этого, я, наверное, думаю, ее не особо заметили, потому что во время выхода на стадии, возможно, в нее кто-то поиграл в изобилии, но на ПК она так популярность не сыскала, на Свитче тоже мало кто не слышал. И, кстати, сейчас вы заметили, как мы хватаемся крюком вот за магнитные ловушки. Я их так обозначу. Смысл в том, что мы будем за них цепляться из-за того, что это быстрее, чем плыть до них. Но при этом мы не всегда будем использовать какие-либо трамплины, рельсы и прочее, к которым мы притягиваемся, потому что быстрее сохранить импульс ускорения, полученный от рывка, нежели чем проехаться по ним. Саму историю игры я вам пересказать полностью не смогу, потому что в действительности никогда не видел ее в казуальном прохождении полностью, то есть сюжетно. Но история завязана на том, что наша Сигрид, это вот эта вот синеволосая девочка, которая болтает со своей бабушкой, давно не видела свою мать, которая где-то исчезла в море. Ну, ее, собственно говоря, тянет в море изучать, собственно говоря, что же случилось с ее матерью, куда она делась. И в место, где она живет, пришли какие-то морские монстры, непонятно почему. И какая-то темненькая жижа начинает заполнять океан. Ну вот слева черные пятна такие. Если мы их коснемся, мы сразу отправляемся на ресет чекпоинт, что используется в ране. Но пока что это все, что нам известно по сюжету. В целом, у игры приятный мувмент. Это действительно игра, что не странно. Но в ране, именно в Any проценте, этого вообще не видно, потому что он за 7 минут, как я вижу, проходится игра как раз-таки из-за дыр. Но тут мы хотя бы сможем посмотреть арт-дизайн как таковой и базовый мувмент. Вот здесь вот, например, дэш-джампы были. Это не совсем то, как разработчики предполагают эту механику. Когда мы прыгаем, наш персонаж недолго зависает в воздухе, и если мы дэшнемся в направлении нужном, то мы можем попасть на некоторые платформы, на которые мы должны были запрыгивать немного иначе.
Gonna collect some more sparks and fill up the spark tank. And again, there's gonna be some dialogue here that we're gonna pay attention to just a little.
Very important debate coming up here. Curious to see what side you're on, Chad.
Ну вот сейчас вы видите довольно-таки большую оптимизацию по мувмент в игре. Мы должны были залезать на эту башню более таким долгим и сложным путем. Ну и вот, кстати, коллизии Unity типичные, где мы встаем на кусок небольшой платформы, потому что в Unity почти все коллизии визуальные, которые вы видите, действительно существуют, потому что есть движки, в которых условный домик может иметь выступы какие-то, но на самом деле это абсолютно гладкая поверхность, и это нельзя использовать в передвижении и распрыжке какой-либо, запрыгнуть на них нельзя. Но в Unity почти всегда все объекты, из-за того, что это стоковые модели, имеют довольно-таки конкретные коллизии, на которых можно стоять, и персонаж может передвигаться по ним.
Glint jumps off of any type of land and towards the water. The dolphin state still shines, as you can see, when Sigrid turns pink. An interesting thing about that is if you were to not take a wave as normal, then when you would double jump out
Ну, в
of
общем-то,
the
запускаем, кстати, генератор. В игре есть заставки, кстати, довольно-таки неплохо поставленные. Но, естественно, мы их скипаем полностью за ненадобности.
But the trade-off is that it's not completely as fast as taking the natural waves. So it's basically a pick and choose of whether or not you take the infinite loop or the speed of natural waves. Here again,
Да,
climb some more things. Turn some
обычно
corners.
делают просто
Here we're
такую
just
условную
using
текстуру
the
красивую,
Phoenix power to
и
power
все.
up
То есть наложили
the
на
next
объект
lighthouse,
текстуру.
or in this case, a tiny torch, to open up some
Oh, yes, baby.
ooh, straight into the generator.
Ох,
So I let away some more
ну вот
glue.
здесь вот хороший прыжок у раннера получился сразу к генератору. Нам не пришлось подниматься долгим путем, и сразу же пропускаем платформу, которую нам игра предлагает, потому что мы уже пропрыгнули один из генераторов довольно-таки
going to
изящным
area to
способом.
collect more sparks, the power, or the way they make power in this world, to be able to go to more areas to get more sparks, and it kind of just keeps going like that.
Ну, вот здесь раннер отмечает основную механику игры по фарму Sparks. Это у нас частица? Нет, не частица. Spark — это искра, по-моему.
Very, very, very good for clearing out the fog. So another area of going from
Пытаемся вспомнить русский язык. Spark — это искра. Это искорки называется. В общем-то, они нужны для питания генераторов в этом мире и все такое. По сюжету, ну, по нормальному пути, мы должны их, по идее, собирать.
Passage, right? So, yeah, here she is, talking about the Wii.
Но это не критично, потому что в спидране мы обходим часть питающих конструкций, нужных для прохождения казуально, и сразу активируем рычаги, благо все оставлено в открытую.
What about the gloom? Oh, we got rid of that. The gloom kept the sparks safe underground, but then it was superb.
Вот здесь вот, кстати, рассказывается лор игры, то, что искры и рак были разделены, а потом искры попали вот в генераторы, которые питают их города. То есть основной способ рассказа истории — это вот эти вот диалоги Сигрид со своей бабушкой.
Are they following us?
BLM, would you like to talk about the trick being employed there? Yes, he gets it. Okay.
So there is something called
Оп,
something we call a triple
отлично.
jump in this game. You have your normal double jump and stuff, but you are able to get a third
Это
one.
вот был тройной
The way
прыжок.
you do it, when you ground pound, you're able to cancel it with another jump and get just a tiny bit more height, which is useful in some places. We don't use it too often, but it's definitely like.
Вот здесь вот рассказывается механика. Смысл в том, что у нас по умолчанию двойной прыжок есть. Но если вы прыгнете
Yeah, I actually just
и
used it there.
во время
Makes
второго
sense. I
прыжка
swear, I was a little
используете
I was able to use a triple jump.
удар по земле, ground pound, то вы отмените второй прыжок и сможете прыгнуть чуть выше.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the serpent.
Это хорошая механика, но не часто используется в ране.
This is our friend the serpent. They'll show up from time to time, and this is kind of like the first instance of a boss area. Having to go around from section to section and get rid of the drills, because it feels like this thing's trying to attack the towers that the drills are working underneath.
Can Glint do it?
Can he
Can he
do
get
it?
in the boat?
Can he get to the boat? Can he catch the ride? No. He can still do it. I think there's still opportunity. Can he get enough speed off of the grab here?
Так.
It's like trying to catch the bus.
Он успеет
The
догнать?
boat is just so fast here. It's worth landing on it.
Yes.
Oh,
Let's go.
I've never seen it.
Все, отлично.
Oh,
Ace on top of the boat.
По идее, эту лодку казуально догнать довольно-таки сложно. И это не нужно. Но в ране это делается просто для того, чтобы не выполнять никакого мувмента, нас просто довезут.
I love that lullaby so much.
Now there's less stress going around here.
Yep, very cozy.
boat's
Yeah,
just
the boat.
fast.
The boat is. Yeah, the boat is definitely the most optimal way to get back. I think even if you get all of the waves perfect, like getting to the crest of one and going into the next, you still get back faster if you manage to land on the boat.
I think the boat is about even.
It's a little even, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so since we are back in the plaza now, we're going to be running power back to the orchard, which is where we started off the run. And it's nothing crazy. We're just going to be doing a bunch of water movement and another more these like hitting switches on these islands, basically. And it's a perfect time for donations, actually. So if you wanna read
Absolutely.
some.
Happy to oblige on that one. I will say, Twitch chat had very, very strong opinions on the eel debate, but we do have a $25 donation from Bob the Slayer, who says, eels are friend, not food. Much love, Glint and gang.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Bob.
We've also got a
В общем, такое
$100
спокойное
donation
приключение,
from a
в котором
friend.
почти ничего не происходит.
Shoutouts to Glint, Lem,
Да,
and
на этом ГДК вроде 1 ВР так точно уже был.
Glint, run at AGDQ. Gotta go fast.
Это у нас на чем поставили-то ВР? На этот игре с Мумонтом спидрановской. Игра, где за тросики цеплялись.
Happy to do so. I will say, I forgot to mention, one of my favorite ones, at least in the chat, was someone who said, you know what, I'm going to play both sides of the fence. I'm going to keep the eel as a friend and then eventually end up eating it. I thought that that was a very diplomatic answer.
I feel like that's how my take should have been taken. I didn't get to
One of my
justify
favorite ones
my
that I
choice.
saw too go by was like Glint is obviously biased because he has eel in his name. Because Glint's Twitch name is Glint, Geelint. You heard it here first.
Runner said it.
Такая спокойная игра.
Good segue
Больше.
into
Ростик, я не помню название игры.
Actually, it's a horrible segue.
Сейчас
I'm just gonna
я
go
скажу.
with it.
Я точно скажу, это легко, потому что там
$100 donation.
Сайберхук. На Сайберхуке вроде поставили VR. Если я не ошибаюсь, это была Сайберхук.
And by all means, let me know if you want me to keep rolling. I can.
Вот так вот.
I think Yon should actually talk about some stuff right now. We're about to get some like back-to-back lore, so.
Yeah, so now that we made it back to the Night Orchard, the home of the lighthouse, we're about to enter into another important cutscene in the playthrough of the game, if you're doing it casually, where we go into the greenhouse. And inside the greenhouse, there's a little bit of a shrine that Sigrid's put together for her mom. And it has a picture of her with a particular pendant on it. This pendant is a
Да,
little
вроде на ней
half
поставили.
shell necklace.
Потому
And
что
then the shadow ends up coming into the greenhouse and giving us an exact copy of that
сейчас я
necklace.
даже
And Sigrid ends up
убедюсь.
wearing it with her for the rest of the journey that she goes on in this game.
It's a very cute cutscene.
It is.
Там VR 3320,
We'll learn more about that.
и там,
fantastic
по-моему,
rocket later.
плюс-минус-то столько и поставили.
Yeah, as soon as we get into this next area, it's going to trigger another bit of lore. Here it is.
Так что да, вполне возможно, там был VR, потому что очень близко было к этому. Там проверяли.
They sat in there looking through his hundreds and hundreds of notes and drawings when something just cracked. Granny said that it sounded like the earth broke in two. They must have been so scared.
That would be colon.
And also mention, you can notice that when Glint jumps off of grabbing any of these rings, also activates dolphin mode. That will also give you the infinite loop if you were to dive over and over. If you ever think about running a game, it's a good way to start these wave combos, or even just swim around faster if you'd like. There's some information for you.
Yeah, speaking of running the game, it's pretty easy to pick up. Like, there's no super hard tricks that you have to learn. It's pretty much just like get the route
В марафоне,
down,
да,
get some
получается,
good
2 VR на
you're
марафоне.
good to go.
Chat's going into this eel thing some more. Everything was fine until the eel makes it. Yeah, no, like I ended up playing through this game casually after watching a couple of runs and even just seeing some of the techniques that these guys were using and being able to implement it.
Ну, хотя,
It's a lot of fun.
вот пока они не опубликовали, так что, может быть, еще под вопросом. Но Shredder Revenge точно получил VR.
Let's go.
And our friend is back.
The serpent.
He has little fences.
Извиняюсь за человека-соседа, к сожалению, я не могу. Я могу сделать только, чтобы у вас было тише.
Easy to kill, it can be a
Да,
bit annoying.
он
'cause
обычно
you don't always kill them
не
all,
существует.
but
Но
the
почему-то
points they do in a game
в сезон комментирования
and
он решил проснуться.
thought
Видимо, решил мне помочь в процессе.
looking past them, they shoot pretty much exactly where you're going to go, and so that can be a bit annoying. Especially if if it's really bad, you end up getting like stun locked almost, getting sent backwards for a bit.
Give you the wombo combo. There's a couple of sections of the game too where we don't even have to fight the
В
striders. We
общем-то,
just continue going past
вот
them.
этот вот огромный
Огромный
червь, который у нас появляется, на самом деле должен представлять для нас угрозу, но в спидране вы этого не заметите.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mention that Glint's
Вот
making
здесь
a
вот
keyboard right now.
вы можете увидеть логику противников.
Because
Мы вне зоны их досягаемости, можем быть прямо над ними, но они все равно будут нас пытаться догнать. Потому что тоже особенность Unity при программировании противников зачастую. Это вот то, что вы могли встретить на шутерах Unity, где враги вас всегда видят, потому что у них по умолчанию логика в движке, если я правильно помню, прописана так, что они всегда знают позицию игрока и всегда ее отслеживают.
piece of movement here is optimized.
Поэтому такие хорроры на Unity зачастую прославились тем, что враг просто берет и вот смотрит в твою сторону всегда, потому что да, он всегда знает, где ты, и разработчики там с помощью отдельных костылей это делают. Кстати, неплохой скип получился.
Little serpent friend.
Это кажется просто, но в действительности прыгнуть вот так вот, это немного сложно.
Bring his sunglasses. Oh no, serpent friend, he's gone.
This is unfortunate.
Oh, this is fine. This is
the
fine.
cutscene.
No, it's fine. I can just use this one down here, actually.
Ох,
I'm gonna go this way anyways.
This was the backup all
true.
along.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. This is calculated.
Okay. I did a practice run.
не волнуйтесь, парни, это все просчитано. На деле он должен был сделать немного иначе все, но из-за катсцены он упал вниз, поэтому пришлось немножко побегать по-другому. Это время в целом не теряет, но могло выглядеть круче.
Let's go.
Got it.
Get me fired up at 4:23
Nice.
Pacific Standard Time, Glint. Okay.
This area introduces us to bounce pads. Bounce pads are really fun to use because if you bounce into them and hold the hover button, it takes all that momentum it would give you and double it, allowing you to go even higher when you bounce off. So you're going to see it here. Another optimization by Lem.
He's going.
This uses the triple jump
Ooh,
too,
here we go.
just barely making that.
And interesting thing with the triple jump is if you're over water, you completely keep all momentum going into the next jump. So that's just what makes that jump.
Вот сейчас рано отмечает то, что когда вы в воде, вы сохраняете полностью
Spark tank
ускорение
broken.
для следующего прыжка.
Get help from a lady over here.
Gran, can I ask you something?
Так хочется сказать моментум,
When you were
но
young,
нет, это ускорение.
My favorite splits.
what were your favorite
You
things
watch
to do?
Glint on Twitch.
I'm curious.
We must help.
Oh, you must know.
Pergananat lady.
Strolled in parks,
Yes,
dined at
the Perganonate
restaurants,
lady.
threw parties, visited
I gotta
She's in labor. She can't give us a fuse quite yet. We need to find a doctor. And is there a doctor in here?
Is there a doctor? I think chat pointed that out earlier as well too. That there's wonderful voice acting and dialogue in this game, and then sometimes if you're like speedrunning and skipping through cutscenes, it's just like
Yeah.
Yeah, they go Banjo Kazooie mode.
Yeah.
exactly.
Here's
Yeah.
the Striders again, and we're not
Да,
gonna be killed.
это отмечал комментатор, то, что на Solo Rush очень похоже по моменту.
Let's just say if I don't.
В целом, если вот так вот подумать, я Solo Rush недавно, вот буквально недавно запускал. Она действительно очень похожа по стилистике и моменту, Но отличие от Solar Ash в том, что
This isn't my most speedrun game ever,
она выходила на стадии,
but still,
и из-за этого ее релиз как-то прошел незамеченным.
this area not being hit is like I could count on one hand. It's insane how good their aim is, especially when all you're trying to do is go fast. Okay, another particular important lore moment here that we're gonna be skipping because it's just a big long cutscene normally. It's a baby.
Boom! We helped the Perganinate lady. That's not the lore that we're concerned about, though. We're concerned about the man that was fishing off the edge of the pier. No, seriously, we were concerned about the man that was fishing off the edge of the pier. His name is Trevald. Trevald is very, very interested in the shadows. So the one that we have. We learn a little bit more from Trevald that the shadows are, as the Whistlers would call them, we'll talk about the Whistlers in a sec, a spirit that's trying to reach contact back with this world. Now, the Whistlers, their major insignia is
В общем-то,
the yellow
тени
clamshell necklace.
— это
that
духи,
symbolizes
которые
the
пытаются
frost.
связаться с этим
The
миром.
Whistlers, they're another people from this world. Obviously, Strandville has all the manufacturing and the sparks and the weave rock. But the
А
Whistlers
Вислеры
come from a
—
land that
это
was
люди не из этого мира.
and produced a lot of the food for the world. And so they have the clamshell necklaces. And we'll learn a little bit more about their involvement in this whole nonsense and the war and everything later on. The other important piece of that I almost missed, though, is that the
Ну, в
Whistlers,
общем-то,
that's who Granny and
сейчас
Maribel and
пересказывается
Uncle
сюжет.
Dirty Paws.
Big plot twist moment for sure right there. Okay, very similar to from the plaza back to the orchard. We're running power back here, so this would be another perfect time for some donations.
Absolutely. I've got a couple that I think you guys are really going to like.
В общем-то,
We've got a
сейчас будет
$10
пару минут
donation from Alien
плавания.
that says, "Nobody schmoves like Glint. Every game he touches turns to butter. Like King Midas for butter. Also, eels are certainly meals. Unagi is top tier."
Agreed.
Thanks for the donation, Alien.
We've got one I think you guys are also really going to like, which is a $250 donation from Apple Mac that says, "Former Stadia dev here. It's great to see this awesome game being showcased at this event. Good luck to the runner. Let's hit 500K."
Thank you so much.
Let's go.
This game is definitely a hidden gem, and I'm very glad that it's on more
Oh, for
platforms
sure.
now for more people to play.
Так, Раннер говорит, что эта игра скрытый гем.
Time still,
Гем.
so go
Гем.
for it.
Скрытый камень. Драгоценный камень скрытый, блин. Вот как это лучше обозначить на русском языке. И он очень рад, что ее приняли на ГДК для демонстрации.
Some amazing prizes that will be closing soon at the end of Wavetale. We've got a $5 nuclear fallout scented candle, a beautiful burlap screen of Wind Waker titled The Legendary Hero for $10.
Сейчас рассказывают о том, какие призы вы можете выиграть за донейшн за пожертвование в ГДК, который сейчас собирает для фонда борьбы с раком. Ну, игру я особо не заметили. У нее в Steam 45 обзоров суммарно. Она вышла как бы без особого шума и рекламы. Это вот игра с стадии. И, собственно, никто о ней не знает, но в действительности Movement действительно неплохой. Локации красивые. Если кому-то понравился Solar Ash, более популярный вариант, то тоже, возможно, следует ознакомиться, потому что они очень похожи по геймплею, но не стилистике. Так что я могу понять, почему Раннер говорит, что это в какой-то степени hidden gem.
All right. Well, we're all the way back at Orchard, and we gotta hit a switch underneath the lighthouse, and then surprise, surprise, we gotta go somewhere else and get more sparks.
There's just not enough power to this thing.
We need more power. I'm not trying to talk to you. I need to go
Andy, that's
fast.
his name.
It's Andy. Andy keeps trying to talk to me, and I'm trying to go fast.
Вот сейчас
You're not even supposed to talk.
раннеры немного подшучивают над тем, что, конечно же, мы сюда придем, но здесь недостаточно искр для питания, поэтому мы пойдем в другое место. Да, игра выглядит приятно, но играть я в это не буду. Вот
To dodge my favorite line in the game.
у меня примерно такое же отношение сейчас.
Put his ear to the metal and listen.
Это такая вот спокойная игра посмотреть. Ран сам по себе в действительности очень много содержит в себе вот такого плавания.
If you want to see
But
that
yeah,
Знаете, что я могу сказать про этот спидран? Вот именно в категории без скипов. Потому что со скипами это 8 минут с кучей интересных механик, объяснений и сложного исполнения.
I would really recommend
А
it
вот
for that.
в
especially seeing
No Major Skips категории, мне кажется, слишком много воды.
you can see it's getting into like midday or
Нет, тут все-таки не гличлess. Тут часть гличей разрешены, просто запрещены основные скипы. Гличлess — это категории, когда запрещены вообще любые гличи, можно использовать только основную механику игры.
The cutscenes.
Did you talk to someone? What did you
There's
find?
some
was
very
Charlie.
emotable
Apparently,
ones.
the generator that powers the torches is shut down.
Charlie the man with the
That's an easy
beautiful
fix.
mustache.
I can even see it from here. Let's go.
Yeah, they've
It's
done a
more-
great job with the environment in this game and like getting a different feel for each area.
It's more bounce pad action here. Gotta turn the generator on. Get up to this torch here. Power on and get rid of some more fog. 'Cause we gotta get to Candle Hill.
One down.
No cause for celebration yet. Let's
Yeah,
go
this
get
The
another one.
skies, baby. Here we go.
No rest for the wicked.
This whole segment here is pretty cool.
Красивый экшен, красивая картинка, но в действительности очень репетативный геймплей для наблюдения и комментирования, потому что раннер не применяет вообще никаких новых техник.
Enough praise.
Это все, что
Gets it all.
условно мы видели несколько минут назад, теперь будет повторяться в ближайший час. Ну ладно, полчаса осталось.
The vibe just picks up and
Come on,
getting
Ziggy,
to
you
go to
can do
all
it.
these different things. And it's important because at this point we need to break our way through the fog a little bit more in order to meet up with little Cassius and the rest of the pirate crew.
У кого-то не стоит
Little
Сон
Cassius
ТВ.
is one of
Да.
the greatest craftspeople in Strandville. And we want to go and see Cassius because if we remember that flying barge from the Dirty Paws, or the Whistlers as we now know them, obviously Granny and them all see them as the enemy, and we want to be able to take them out. So they're trying to approach little Cassius to build them a weapon to take out that flying barge.
Lots of conflicts going on. But now we're gonna do some more platforming. Glint's gonna hit these generators in a specific order. Firstly, that one is because the ring takes a while to set up on its own. So Glint opts to start that one up first, and then go into a different order to power up this button in the center. Ultimately powers up the whole torch. And
All
we'll get this
while
last
dodging
one.
the aimbot.
Very clean.
Да, это Resident Sleeper Game. Вот именно ран в такой вот категории — это Resident Sleeper.
Oh, always so satisfying.
And here we're gonna learn how to ground pound. Very nice use of the mechanic.
Yeah, I've never used that in the run until now. Actually, crazy.
Never, not once. And don't do it before that or the game will crash. Don't ask us how we know that.
Some ships.
Draw attention to ourselves. My. Seems like they're throwing us a welcome party.
Is that Clout's ship?
How did he get here before us? Oh, these folks are not easy to deal with. Last thing we need is Cloud annoying them even more.
Grandma.
Sorry, Grandma.
More grunts.
It's a big snake.
The serpent is back.
He's not dead.
Нет, как раннеры говорят, он вернулся. Серпент. Змей.
Like a boss fight segment, pretty much. It spawns more of these striders that we have to kill to be able to progress the fight. or well, to get it to properly start, I suppose. And you see there are these like 3 different towers in the back here. And this fight is pretty much RNG based, because the boss or the serpent is going to go to one of the towers at random. And there's a sound cue that we can listen for to know which one.
Сейчас, как Ран говорит, это
Best
очень
RNG
сильно
you get
рандомный бой, потому что мы не знаем,
because that's where the cutscene
в
after
какой башне пойдет змей.
just saves us a bit of time. The worst RNG if it ends up in the middle.
Правый, левый или центральный. Идеально это, чтобы последняя была центральной, потому что в таком случае мы сразу окажемся в месте, где активируется катсцена.
The
The
right
right
one
start.
first, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a good start.
Determine on fire. There's a pressure plate at the bottom of the ignition switches are at the top of the furnace.
Also, very interesting how our lovely big serpent friend has these very convenient grapple pads all along him. Very helpful, thank you.
Just gonna light up
Too hot to handle.
the stacks. And
Each
Glint's
time
gonna
we're
set up the
done,
center.
each time we're done, the serpent's gonna come back out to the middle, spawn more striders that we have to kill, and then it just keeps going like that until we're done with each of the towers.
В общем-то, борьба с огромным змеем — это переключение рычагов.
Here comes more of them.
All you gotta do is fight off a couple more striders, and then as soon as you get through them, which their combat in general is always very simple and very the same, you're able to grapple a lot of them from a fair distance, and as we mentioned, the gloom monster is very cute, but then whack them. All right, listen in. Where is he gonna
50-50.
go? Sounds like
Middle.
right. Gonna go middle. Oh, darn.
Unfortunate, but
This is not the worst, as like, this is probably the second best pattern that we could get. Having to do left, okay, this is a little awkward. Okay, we're fine. Having to do the left one last puts us in a pretty good position to get back to the middle, which is where we need to end up, and why the middle being last is so ideal. But doing left last is not the worst, which is nice. We just get to calmly wait for this Strider to spawn.
Прыжки, прыжки и еще раз прыжки.
Show off
Show off the outfit.
the outfit. And GDQ.
Look at
GDQ.
that.
Rate my fit, chat. How do I look? Oh, there's a big monster.
Oh no! He doesn't like the fit.
These are the haters.
2 down. Oh my god, look at the legs on that lad. He's moving.
У Ранры очень хороший мувмент сейчас
Go to the left one,
идет.
at least get the head start.
Правда, он повторяется очень часто. Абсолютно такая чиловая игра.
Oh,
And the buttons
Is
don't
the-
activate until the quest is updated.
I was gonna say, does her dialogue trigger that as well, or do you just have to watch for the?
Да, и на этом черве мне больше всего нравится то, что есть кнопки. Технологическая постройка хорошая была.
See each other.
И мы используем его, чтобы добраться до вот этой вот огромной трубы и переключить
whoa.
вентиляцию.
Well, there goes the idea.
Все. Это победа.
Whoa.
Правда, вы не видели как, но мы победили, да. Просто инста-скип заставки.
I appreciate it, chat. Thank you. I put no effort into it. I just downloaded a file, so. Thank you to my fashion designer, Lamura.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
I'm gonna go for a cool little dialogue skip thing here. Let's hope we get it. I should. Nice. Okay.
Let's go. Nice.
So, while Glint was being in
Oh.
the mid-dive animation, well, that actually went really far.
Yeah, you can save a lot of time with that. You'll notice it here when I break the ship, but every time I talk to Peppy, I get stuck in place. And I would have been stuck in place in that one location, but since I timed a dive exactly when the dialogue started, I was able to like continue moving along the water surface. It's really nice. All right, I'm just going to be collecting a couple sparks and heading over to another container. If you want to fit in a donation or two, I think this would be a good time.
Absolutely. We've got a $20
Сейчас
donation
раннер
from
подберет
Glint
несколько
that says,
искр
"Wavetale looks
и
super
контейнер,
slick.
чтобы дальше по сюжету продвинуться,
Something less
потому что тут
15
условно
better
небольшой
is."
гринт есть.
We've also got a $20 donation from Heffy that says, "Eels are not meals." The debate is still rolling, so get your donation in with that comment. Get it on stream.
Should have time for at least a couple more.
Gotcha. We've got a $25 donation from Bats that says, "Gotta donate for Wavetale. This run just convinced me to buy the game." This is a beautiful game. If I do have to say so, this is chill.
Вот один человек говорит, что этот ран убедил человека приобрести игру.
Unbelievable. Atmospheric, very cozy.
Thank you, Peppy.
It's a little bit of everything. Lots of exploration, obviously the speedrunning element, and all around, like, just a pleasure to play.
All right, so there was a little bit of lore stuff that we missed. I can let Leon explain that and all that like peppy dialogue.
So Peppy, obviously a member of the kind of the fleet here that's about to happen. So we need to go and fill up some more sparks, and that's what we were doing, because now that Cassius has agreed to build our weapon to try and take down the Dirty Paws barge, then Peppy was going to lead the fleet. We freed all of his ships, and now those ships have little mini spark casters. Like, remember the one that we said don't look into the sun when the serpent got blinded? We have a bunch of those on the front of the ships, and now those are going to help us cut through the fog some more. But we got a few words from Peter that I want to listen into as well.
You mean like us?
Yeah, I guess. But you gave something back, chasing out that snake. After the war, people who used to make us work for peanuts at the Dandelion just came pouring in. But this time, they didn't even have peanuts to offer. So we turned them down, decided to keep to ourselves. It made them real mad.
Ну, в общем-то, игра вас развлекает вот этими вот диалогами в процессе прохождения. Ну, если быть даже точнее, в процессе плавания, получается.
Okay, another
The aimbot this time.
another aimbot section. Okay.
No.
Okay. Left.
Right, Ines.
Left.
Serpentine.
Serpentine.
From the serpent.
Yeah, the Peter and some of the folks that and Cassius as well that worked at the Dandelion back in the day before the war. The Dandelion was mentioned before as well as kind of the main means of the infrastructure. But now we're on our way to Needle Prick Peak, and Glint, did you want to ramble us for this moment here? Are you stopping or no?
Wait, no.
No stopping.
No, it's a speed run, my guy. I placed this. We're behind schedule right now. I gotta be as helpful as I can be.
Fast.
Oh yeah. Also, that's not a wall.
Yeah.
So.
Turns out in this area, you can just keep going through those walls. Like, normally you'd have to wait for the fleet to catch up and then do their whole talk and then actually remove the wall after that. But you can just keep going through it. And there's several more that we're going to go through as well that you just don't die to. And then as a little fun fact, there is one wall in this area too that just leads out of bounds that doesn't have any death collision. It's not useful for the run. It was for like 2 seconds until we found a better any % route, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll explain that a little bit later, but there is a reason that this is any % no major skips. There happens to be a major skip in normal any %.
Very major.
Вот было бы здорово посмотреть, на самом деле, на категорию со скипами. По идее, если раннер поставит VR, то может и скипы показать, потому что там скипов на 7-8 минут.
I've never even heard that name. Who are they?
Well, we're gonna learn about that, Sigrid. Don't you worry.
All right, this last wall that I'm about to go through is a little different than the other walls. You might have seen that I was like jumping around and trying to get dolphin mode on all the other sections, but for some reason, if you jump in this last one, you jump into a death plane and die and go very far back. So I'm just going to stay on the surface of the water for this last one as we make our way over to Rufus. Needle prick here.
Yeah, the camera goes weird when you're close to death walls.
Foreboding almost.
Rufus Snowman.
Are you doing the new thing?
New thing. We also
The
found
thing
out.
we did also in practice.
Yeah.
Around the outside. Nice.
Ну, в общем, небольшая оптимизация в виде передвижения. Не так, как планировали разработчики, а просто попрыгать по скалам. Очень удобненько.
Movement going around, like all of the dangling platforms. I don't know, it's just really nice to look at.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is.
some combat here as well.
It dodged, I guess. Absolutely owned.
Delay.
They're not very grouped this time.
Get
Doesn't
over here.
matter. He's just gonna go over and meet them.
Okay.
Bonk.
I love this movement. Don't mess it up. I didn't mess it up. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay.
Nice.
And goodbye,
Bye,
Rufus.
Rufus.
I guess we didn't really talk about that. That's Rufus, by the way. We don't actually need to save him. Like the quest kind of tells us like we need to. So we just don't, because it's a little bit faster not to. We actually skip some dialogue too, which is nice, which is a little bit of extra time save.
Yeah, this whole quest line is just broken. We
Yeah.
just break it.
Yeah, just a little quality of life skip. Still no major skips yet. But yeah, essentially,
Minor skip.
coming up here, what's going to be happening is by saving Rufus, and then now we're going to go and activate the generator so you can get us that spare core in trade. And this is a major kind of groundbreaking, earth-shattering piece of lore about the game. So a little bit of spoilers. I mean, we've had a lot of spoilers so far.
В общем-то,
already, but just in case,
сейчас нам спойлерят немного сюжет.
you don't want to hear the spoilers of the game if you're about to play it for yourself. So we've heard about the Whistlers, we've heard about the Dirty Paws. They're the same folks. The Dandelion took the Weave Rock up from under the ground, and obviously Strandville, big on the industry, big on making sure that they were able to do all of that. When they separated the Gloom and the Sparks from the Weave Rock, they just threw away the Gloom. The Gloom ended up traveling all the way to the Whistlers' homelands where they were doing all their farming and everything, and the Gloom monsters were eating their crops, they were destroying their world. And the Whistlers, they tried and tried and tried to be able to send messages and say, hey, you gotta stop doing this, you're taking away our farms, you're taking away our lives. But they didn't listen. So they decided to take it into their own hands. Their scientists devised a liquid that they tried to put into the Dandelion to stop the flow of the Weave Rock and stop the Gloom from being extracted. That ended up blowing up the Dandelion, or at least a piece of it. When the Dandelion almost gained sentience and started going crazy,
Ой.
it blew up and caused that crack that Sigrid talked about earlier, which
Пересказ сюжета в спидране. Вы представляете, насколько много? Я вас спасу, кстати, от пересказа сюжета, потому что вдруг вы не хотите спойлеров, те, кто знает английский. Сожалею. На деле все довольно-таки просто. Это такое экологическое высказывание, как обычно, о том, что надо было остановить экстракторы, которые добывают вот эту вот энергию, потому что все довольно-таки плохо.
We miss a cutscene where they actually save Sigrid using some of it. She tries to go into the Dandelion to put it in there and almost turned it into a mending machine instead of destroying the world. But the Gloom gets her and she never makes it back out. But Rufus is able to survive at the loss of his leg.
Poor Rufus, man.
Yeah.
Poor Rufus.
So.
We don't save him, and he lost a leg.
Yeah, Rufus is definitely getting the short end of the stick right now. But yeah, we're basically on our way back to the orchard once again. This time, it's a little bit more serious. We're trying to stop them from using a weapon of mass destruction on this beautiful barge. And yeah, it's kind of just swimming again. So you probably have time for a donation or two, honestly.
Gladly happy to do so. We've got a $10 donation from Sly Dante saying, so glad to see such an underrated gem like Wavetale being run during AGDQ. Thanks to Glint for running this and the great job they're doing so far.
Такая спокойная музычка. Такой умиротворяющий геймплей.
Thank you. I put a lot of work into it, like I mentioned before.
So much.
Go for it. You got room for like one or two more.
All right, we've got a $25 donation from DiMagico that says, "Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful game. Good luck on the run. Also, eels are friends, not food. Keep on keeping on." We've also got a $25 donation from Frozen Forest that says, "Good morning, GDQ. Like seeing such a pretty game first thing after waking up."
Спокойное плавание такое,
And we're leaving it
умиротворяющий
here. I got places to
геймплей.
be. There's the big barge. It's flying.
Чтобы вы понимали, мы сейчас триггернули заставку и сразу же развернулись, потому что нам надо немного в другом направлении после того, как мы триггернули заставку.
I think this is also the first
Поэтому
instance we see Gloom
мы
disappear.
даже не вышли на землю сразу, туда-обратно.
Has meaning for some reason that
Yeah.
Lam's going to explain.
Yeah. So we mentioned any percent, and the fact that this is any percent no major skips a bit ago. In any percent, it turns out during the tutorial section, when you climb the clock tower, using the triple jump tech, you're able to jump over this wall and get into this corridor that we're in right now.
Здесь рассказывают о том, что в Any% вы уже здесь оказываетесь в обучении, потому что используете triple jump для того, чтобы забраться на
Very fast.
маяк, после чего с помощью нескольких моментов мувмента вы сразу же падаете сюда.
Yeah, everything is at defeating Striders, 'cause that's
Это
what
довольно-таки сильно ломает
Rufus and
прохождение игры.
the barge right now, so we're working on that.
But we'll never get to see the rest of the barge.
We won't know. This
В общем-то, 50 минут можно сократить до
is the skip coming up here.
2,5, по-моему. Там
True.
на второй минуте это уже делается.
Shot.
Если что, VR в этой категории через 4 минуты. У нас там, кстати, скамочка есть.
It's kind of crazy. Don't know
А,
why
да,
it's
все,
so low.
ставки есть. Так что мы уже близки к финалу.
And here's one of the skips of
Вряд ли мы за
around
55 управимся.
usually around here we'd be watching a couple of cutscenes and going through dialogue where it would be unskippable, and we could just start the quest line by going back there, and it spawns these enemies, and Grandma is stuck
Getting
in a
beat
cage.
up right now. There we go.
Slapperinoed.
There's Grandma.
Don't know how she got here.
This is a very, very cool flow stadium movement section, which I think is really cool to watch. So enjoy this section.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, the
Oh.
sparkling.
The
No.
sparkling did it to him.
Уф,
I mentioned it earlier, but
О,
yes,
нет.
all my homies hate
Руина.
sparklings.
Он
They,
промазал.
grabbed like this. Look at that. Very cool. But that means that they're also grapple points, which sometimes will override whatever you think you're going to be grappling to, which is exactly what happened there. I ended up grabbing a sparkling rather than grabbing the grapple point that I was aiming for.
But yeah,
This
movement
place
here
is
is pretty
cold.
cool.
Yeah, this place is called the Carcass, as we mentioned before, when Rufus and the Whistlers caused the big crack in the explosion. This is one of the three facets of the dandelion that was bringing up the Weave Rock.
Oh, okay, we made it work. Okay.
You got
All
it.
right, the dandelion.
Oh,
Так,
heard a lot about it.
пульт.
Finally, it's time.
Мы уже очень близки к финалу.
It's
Oh
our
my
friend.
god. I love how it's a
serpents.
silhouette of how far it is.
И снова,
No reveal, just like-
и снова змей.
It's pretty cool.
Он никак от нас не отстанет.
This game is 10 out of 10. It is very pretty.
There it
Okay,
is.
you got the spin.
Huge.
There's
Another
another
one.
one.
Whoa.
Yeah, we didn't really mention this, but
I'm working on it.
oh, this is
not get the
unfortunate.
speed?
I did not get the
Triple
speed.
jump.
I guess
Oh,
I
no.
could have potentially triple jumped. Yeah. This is a bit
Another
awkward
turn.
because he turns. Yeah.
He'll make it up there.
I've never seen
It'll
this
be
happen,
fine.
actually.
He's doing fine. He's doing great. Into the dandelion.
Trust me,
we
it's
go.
faster. I know what I'm talking about. I speedrun the video game.
Dandelion core.
Oh, hello there, Core. How's your day going?
Just standing right in front.
Well, this boss fight happens pretty quickly, thanks to the fast attacks that happen here. So if you were to swing, jump, and swing again, every time you have the landing animation start, you're immediately able to jump again and just whack him. So just gonna.
В общем-то, начинаем.
This boss.
Ну как? Сейчас идет довольно-таки необычный босс.
As well as in this phase, you're just able to hover over and just whack him it as well.
Он покрывает арену вот этой черной жижей, которая, по идее, наносит нам урон, и мы не должны в нее падать. Но при касании этой жижицы мы подлетаем вверх, что используем для того, чтобы его атаковать. Просто потому, что нам быстрее получить немного урона, нежели ждать, пока появится возможность тебе.
I've done it plenty of times recently, but I believe it won't break.
Believe.
I'll be coming up pretty soon.
Yeah. This game has sped up quite a bit since I first submitted it with that estimate, so we are almost at time. It's even hard for us to gauge it. We luckily have an auto splitter, thanks to Lem as well. Thanks for that. Ow, that hurt.
You're welcome.
I don't want to die. If I die here, it's fine. It just loses a bit of time. You still spawn in the same phase of the fight.
You got the sparklings. You're good.
I don't think they heal, do they? I never had that impression that they healed.
Well, as soon as you start ground pounding them, you start healing. So
Отлично, мы вернулись.
time is coming up. There'll be one more damage phase here.
Nебольшие технические
Basically, as soon as the final cutscene plays.
неполадки.
Owned. I got sniped by the X-Back there.
And
В общем-то,
I did.
что у нас произошло? Мы только что победили финального босса и время. 57 минут. Мы почти достигли ВР.
56 without loads. 5706. That's also a really nice thing about this game is that you could probably run it on a console or anything and it'd be relatively similar to PC. The only load that is significant is the first one, if any loads at all, basically.
Yeah, it is the only load. So
But yeah, that's Wavetale. Thanks for tuning into our run.
Изи время.
Quick shoutouts to my commentators for
Никаких сложностей не возникло.
Speedrunning community at large. You guys are all awesome, especially coming together for events like this and raising money for super important causes. I don't know if you guys have any shoutouts you'd like to give before we send it off.
shout outs to you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to you for being an incredible runner and another incredible ambassador for all of the communities that you're a part of and all the games that you've
В общем-то,
exposed me to.
отличный ран.
Man, if I'm so awesome, you all should like follow me on Twitch because I stream all the time.
but we're all just as awesome.
Yeah.
You should follow us all.
Yeah, you should follow all my co-commentators and Joe too for being such an amazing host.
Yeah, Joe's an incredible host.
Okay,
Appreciated, guys.
That'll be it for us. Thank you for having us and enjoy.
Немножко много воды в нем.